Who is the lover?
Allah.
Who is Ar-Rahman?
Allah.
Who is Al-Mannan?
La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. Muhammad is the messenger, to Allah is our return. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. Muhammad is the messenger, to Allah is our return. La ilaha illallah,
Muhammadur Rasulullah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبد الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا قيما لينذر بأسا شديدا من لدنه ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا حسنا ماكثين فيه أبدا. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. آمين. I seek refuge in Almighty Allah against Shaitan, they are caused. And I begin in the name of Almighty Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. I bear witness that nobody deserves any form of worship except Almighty Allah, who is our creator, our nourisher, and our sustainer. May His peace and blessings reside with the Holy Prophet Muhammad, the leader of mankind, his companions, and all those who follow this right path. Amen. Brothers and sisters in Islam, you are most welcome to today's edition of your program, Islam in Focus. And the topic we are discussing today is the state of the nation. And let me quickly remind you that this program is coming to you under the auspices of the Muslim Media Watch Group of Nigeria. On website, you get us on www.muslimmediawatchgroup.com or www.muslimmediawatch.com. And if you tune to the YouTube, you find us there by typing Muslim Media Watch Group. Past editions of this program are seen on the program, and you should also like the program and subscribe to it and call on others too to do the same. My guest today is an outstanding academic, a professor, and in fact, an Islamic scholar. Join me in welcoming the Chief Imam of the University of Ilorin, Prof Nasir Abdussalam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah.
Prof Imam, you are most welcome.
Thank you very much, sir.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Mashallah, we are in Nigeria, and the issue that people of this country are facing today, both the rulers and the ruled, is the situation whereby a date has been given by a group of people, especially the youth, that they want to be on protest on what is happening in the country. And this protest, according to them, will last for 10 days, 1st of August to 10th of August. That is why we have invited an outstanding scientist, a professor of science, and also an outstanding Islamic scholar, to deal with the topic on the state of the nation. What are the problems you think we are confronting in Nigeria that led to these people giving ultimatum that they will go on protest? Prof.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم لك الحمد حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا حمدا ليس له نهاية أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. Amma ba'd. I join my elder brother and the producer and presenter of this program by welcoming all the viewers and listeners of this program. And I say once again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
It's germane. That is one of the essence of this program, to be alive to what is happening around us and look at it vis-a-vis the Islamic injunctions of Allah. Let us, because of our time, let me remind ourselves that this nation has no business with protest.
No.
In the first instance, if only we manage what Allah has given to us judiciously well. Allah reminds us in Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وضرب الله مثلا قرية كانت آمنة مطمئنة يأتي رزقها رغدا من كل مكان. Allah gave a similitude like this nation of ours, Nigeria, whom Allah has blessed with all that takes the nation to be great: natural resources, human capital, and endowment of all forms, in terms of mineral resources, in terms of crops, in terms of, think of it. Those who are alive to the life in 60s, 70s, and early 80s, we know that every part of this country is blessed with one resources or the other that we have is sufficient to keep us great. From the west, we have the cocoa. From the east, we have the palm oil. From the north, we have the pyramid. The grains are there. Is the land no longer there? Is our resources drying up? We have oil boom. All these are reflection that this nation is to be great. Where we find ourselves today, ظهر الفساد في البر والبحر بما كسبت أيدي الناس. Corruption, indecency, trouble has taken over everywhere. It's not a natural occurrence. It is as a result of what you and me are doing that is causing that. And that is what is also resulting to why the youth are thinking that today. The youth are not left out of this trouble. What the youth are also causing in this nation is not small, if we have to be factual to one another. Today, in Nigeria, it's no longer history to say there is inflation. National Bureau of Statistics releases information on monthly basis on the cost of materials in the market: yam, potato, tomato, onions, all these peppers. They give it on monthly basis. These are organs of government, where government can source information on what is happening in the society. During the time of Prophet Muhammad during the time of the Sahabas, they go into the market, they go into the public to seek information what is happening. You don't sit in the comfort of your room until the whole house is burnt down. Seek information. Act upon the information you have. The leaders of Muslims in political affairs then, when they hear somebody is suffering, they will go to the resources, right, to the man, carry grains, carry food, and take it to such a person to relieve them. People are suffering. Inflation is everywhere. Every month, the report we are reading from the Bureau of Statistics, National Bureau of Statistics, is that every month all this commodity is increasing. Secondly, there is these perennial clashes between herdsmen and farmers, and there is no way we can have food security if people are not on the farm. There must be an enabling environment to ensure that people can practice what they know best. If there is no white-collar job, the farm is fertile. The climate condition is not hostile to us. They can go to the farm and they will be gainfully employed and employ some other people and feed us sufficiently. But there is fear of attack, there is fear of stealing, there is insecurity everywhere. Therefore, the communal clash that is arising is part of our challenges and problems that faces. Then, to worsen it, we have Boko Haram, we have banditry, we have kidnapping. These are insecurity that you had on farms. People are retired to farm, and you go there to go and kidnap them.
That's how we can produce more
food to feed ourselves.
And if the food is in abundance, the cost of price will drop.
Because there is this cause and effect, demand and supply. Where the supply is high, the price of goods will go down naturally. You don't need to peg it. But people could not. Therefore, we should go back and look at those problems that is causing the hardship we are suffering. Alhaji,
now
there is no doubt in the fact that we are facing hardship in this nation. Hunger is everywhere. Starvation is, we are reading starvation on people's faces. Meeting the basic need of life is so difficult for everybody. To worsen it, there is this what we call corruption, mismanagement of human and capital resources, diversion of public properties to individuals' need, and all sorts of what is abnormality is everywhere. Not only in governance, it's also in private sectors, it's also individual, even in homes, corruption. And except we address that issue, the state of Nigeria may not change for better, and we need to do something urgently. Corruption is one of the first law Allah also enacted when he said in an hadith, and this hadith is hadith Qudusi, أن الله تبارك وتعالى أنه قال يا عبادي إني حرمت ظلما على نفسي وجعلته بينكم محرما فلا تظالموا. I have outlawed myself, that is Allah, say I have made it unlawful for myself to be unjust, injustice, corruption. I have made it unlawful on myself. Therefore, among yourselves, do not allow it to rear its head. It is not allowed. And every Friday for believers, we say, Inna Allah ya'muru bil 'adli wal ihsan wa ita'i dhil qurba wa yanha 'anil fahsha'i wal munkar. What we are talking about is keeping the rules natural as Allah has revealed it. Facing us also is hunger, insufficient income to meet our basic daily need. And it has translated to also the effect that somebody who could not eat well is bound to face health challenges. Somebody who doesn't have sufficient, when he has health challenges, prescription, he will not be able to buy drugs. And the health of people are compromised because they don't have enough. This is part of the challenge that is facing Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Prof. Yes. Now, with the challenges you have explained, let me add one more.
Okay.
And that one, I want you to recommend what we should do about it.
What is that?
The increase in fuel prices, to the extent that when we saw one of the wealthiest people in the whole of Africa establishing a refinery, we believe that with his own establishment, complementing that of the government, we will be able to have sufficient production of fuel, thereby bringing the prices down. So the hardship that people are facing has been added to,
compounded,
yes, by the increase in fuel price. Can you please guide the government on what it could do to solve this problem?
Thank you indeed. Actually, that was my next challenge
Okay.
to the problems we are having.
Now,
The challenge of poor policy guide, poor policy implementation, lack of preparation for what is next to be done. For instance, when the subsidy on oil was to be removed, petroleum product was to be removed, was there a program? I don't know. There was no program on how to alleviate the suffering that will come along with it. It was after people were shouting before they were thinking of palliative. And that is one of the problems we are having. There is no trust between the governed and the government because it does not appear to the masses that the government is actually interested in their welfare. Therefore, what you said about the refinery prices, the fuel prices, what is wrong with our refineries? For decades, money are pumped into it to turn around the industry and to be producing fuel. Yet we are not getting it, and nothing is happening to those who are taking those money without producing the fuel. So that is what
there has to be holistic approach to fighting corruption that has been preventing the government refineries to work.
Yes.
And they are about even preventing individuals who want to solve our problem.
I'm coming to that. To that. You see, the government must not, you don't enter water and still be feeling cold. Why did you enter the river if you know you are feeling cold? You are in the aims of affairs. It is expected.
Don't fear anybody.
Don't fear anybody again. We only fear Allah. If you fear Allah, every other thing that Allah created will be fearing you.
Allahu Akbar.
That is one of the problems we have. We do not fear the sovereign Lord Allah, but we want to fear human being, and we have policy somersaults at the end of the day. If government prioritize the refineries, these refineries in the next 6 months it will start working. Why is it not working? We must have, as the masses deserve to know why it's not working, what is the problem is, and to now worsen the thing. You said you removed all subsidy. That's one of the complaints. You removed the first subsidy and thinking that it will be diverted into bringing up some of these industries, and we are not yet seeing it. Somebody now built a refinery, for Allah's sake. I'm not saying the person is a saint. I'm not saying he's a saint, but he has come to domesticate what is available outside the nation.
That will stop importation of fuel into Nigeria.
That will stop the padding of fuel importation. That will stop corruption in that industry. And some people are now still fighting that they want to kill that again. That is to show the level of insincerity in us as Nigerians, in government as Nigerians, and in the industry as well. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm a scientist. When last have we heard that the organ that is dealing with this fuel is being audited? With billions of naira that is going through in and out of it, yet we don't have it. Therefore, the government, if they are serious, they have to look into this.
Thank you very much.
They have to support any system, because we have to provide solution to the problem we have.
Any system that will reduce the sovereignty of Nigeria must be supported. That is why the government is there. The industry that will bring the fuel price down must be supported and ensure that it works. For any cabal that is trying to put
the government should fight that cabal. That is why they are here, and that is why they are being paid. They enjoy some facilities,
and that's how the masses will support the government if they see that the government is defending their interests.
Now, before the pump price. Look at how much we are buying for. Look at how much we are buying it this week. 800 plus.
Oh my God.
800 plus. The suffering is high.
Thank you very much.
We expect the Dangote refinery to be working and to have been supplying us. Even if it's 1/3 of our need, it can supply. Let it supply. Even if it's 1/4, let it supply.
It will bring the prices down.
down.
Thank you very much.
This is
now
our position,
let's go to the issue that is also very, very important. Okay. Even though we don't have enough time, but I want you to speak about it.
No.
Protest or no protest?
No.
What should be the stand of Nigerians? Because Islam is a way of life. There's no problem that Islam cannot solve. What should happen on the issue of protest? Please admonish everybody, not only the Muslims.
Yes.
Based on the principle of Islam.
First and foremost, protest against a constituted authority is not Islamic.
Allahu Akbar.
That is basic.
Mm-hmm.
But we have means and check and balances to address issues with leaders.
Mm.
And the leaders must also be prepared for that.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, I was on social media and I saw where some leaders of today are also calling out for a protest like this. It's not Islam. Therefore, whoever is planning a protest should shed the idea it has never brought anything good to Nigeria and Nigerians. Because in the process, there is no one, the one that nobody needs to read any book for is NSAS that occurred in 2020 or thereabout.
And destroyed the people and the economy of the country.
The few people that were surviving economically in their business, they targeted the place and they brought it down. Some have not recovered. Some took loans. To establish some of their businesses. They were destroyed. Nobody could guarantee when you start a protest that it will not lead to destruction of life and properties. Life were lost in the process. Therefore, to safeguard the people we want to protect, that we say they are suffering, do not compound the problem by going to a protest. A protest anywhere, it does not bring any good. What it will only mean is compounding the problem. Some people will lose their life and it's not replaceable. Some people will lose their property, it's not replaceable. Nobody ensured those things. Therefore, we call on youth to think other way. And we call on government too, sir. Okay. We have to call on government. Government should be sensitive. They should not be waiting for a period when people will be asking for agitating. They should not, because they have,
or threatening to go on protest.
They have, government has enough facilities to let them know the pains of the society, where the shoe is pinching us. They know where we are relieved because they can gather information. Intelligence gathering is very key, and government should utilize information available to them. And finally, because of time, I want to say that let everybody play his or her own role in this system.
Thank you very much.
If we do, then we sanitize
the problem will be over.
The problem will be over.
Thank you.
But finally, it isn't protest that will solve the problem in Nigeria. Discussion, dialogue, readiness to make change here and there, and
effecting
the change will bring solution to.
Thank you very much, viewers from wherever you've been watching your program. It's still your program, Islam in Focus, and today we discuss the state of the nation, as some youth are threatening to go on strike, are threatening to go on protest next week, 1st of August. We're asking them not to go on protest. As we are watching this program, you will see certain films of what has happened in Kenya. And the protest of Kenya left the people suffering more than they were suffering before, because hoodlums, miscreants, hooligans later targeted their property and got them looted. People were killed, property were destroyed, both the one owned by private and public organizations. So we should avoid protest. Protest bring no good to anybody. The government will suffer. The people will suffer more. So we should avoid protests at all costs. The film you are watching now gives an impression of what could happen in any society. In Sri Lanka, society were destroyed based on protest. In Kenya, it has just happened. That's what we are watching right now. The society was totally destroyed. So protests will not pay us and we should abandon it. The Muslim Media Watch Group of Nigeria that is sponsoring this program has issued a statement on that nobody should participate in any protest. Though protest is allowed, but it can never be peaceful because hooligans, miscreants, and hoodlums will hijack it. When they hijack it, they destroy the society and people suffer more. May Allah continue to protect us here in Nigeria and give our leaders the wisdom to do what is best for our people, inshallah. On today's edition of your program, I have invited the Chief Imam of the University of Ilorin, a professor of science, Professor Nasir Abdussalam, to address the issue. And I believe he has treated it very, very well. Prof, Imam.
Hayakumullah.
Jazakumullah khair. Barakallah fikum. Until next week, when we come up with the Yoruba edition of this program, we are saying together, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
All praise is due to the one and only. He is the master of all creation.
All praise is due to the one and only. He is the master of all creation.